Old wet day here today in Jiaxing. Now yesterday a couple of police cars pulled up here, took some photos of the alleyway over there, then they walked down and took a photograph of this shop, which is just like a dairy, and then went inside here. Now this is KTV, karaoke, so this is probably the most popular form of entertainment in China, and it's not karaoke as we know it, where it's just in a bar. So here you have rooms, and they could seat from 10 to 30 people in a room. You order your drinks in and food, and they're all soundproofed. This one looks pretty old and tattered. They're usually pretty glitzy, but they're also quite often a front for prostitution. Now, yesterday I talked about the safety. Now if we go up to these apartments up here, now although China's so safe, they like putting grates on their windows so nobody can get in. Now we'll go up a bit further. Who's going to climb up there and break in? Now I can understand in the older apartment buildings, say like the ones behind me here, they almost always have grates on them. Some more over here. Because there's plenty, it's quite easy to climb up, say, the drain pipes in these ones. But I mean, who would bother? What are you going to steal? TV? There's only one entrance to all apartments, and that's the front door. And they usually have double or triple locks on them. So for such a safe country, I find it strange that they put bars on the windows. Even if it's an old bicycle, they'll have it locked up with double locks on it. You wouldn't want to take the thing for free. So at the moment I'm at Yuki's shop. Meant to be meeting her for lunch. Lunch in China is usually at 12 o'clock exactly. And it's 1 o'clock and she hasn't arrived yet. Her workers are inside, but anyway, this is in Meiwanjia. I covered this when I was my last trip here. This is it's quite a big place. It's a bit of a rabbit warren, hard to find your way around. And the buildings are all built sort of to look like old China. And it used to be very, very popular. If you wanted to go to a restaurant, you had to book well in advance. Now all the restaurants are empty, coffee shops are empty, nobody comes here. But there's a hell of a lot of cars parked here. I'm not really sure why. Maybe there's some office blocks in here. Definitely not people buying things. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about before about the KTV and being a bit of a haven for prostitutes. In China, prostitution and homosexuality is illegal, and quite a few Chinese believe there are no homosexuals in China and no prostitutes. But they'd have to be pretty naive to sort of even half-by believe it. Oh, here's the traffic warden. He's sort of just more sorting out where people can park than anything else. That's his little office there. So the other haunt in China where there's a lot of prostitution is called bathhouses. Now I remember when I first came to China, my girlfriend at the time said, "Oh, we should go to the bathhouse." She used to go once a week. So I said, "Oh, well, tell me about it. Well, why do we need to go there? We've got a shower at home." And she said, "Oh no, the bathhouse, they give you a massage and they scrape all the dead skin off you, and you've got to go there." Well, tell me more about it. Yeah, men and women had their separate places, and you'll get a massage and a body scrub. I said, by a man or by a woman? She said, of course by a man. Okay, so I'm not going. And I dodged them all the way through until one day the ex-wife, my son was here, Lee, and maybe Janine was here, I can't remember now. Anyway, she conned us into going to the bathhouse, and you go in there and they have like a waiter who holds your towel and takes you to your locker and what have you. Then you've got to strip down, and there's only one place this waiter's looking at. Anyway, we go into the thing, and I mean they're huge, these bathhouses, and there's like at least two. In the men's one there was 2 swimming pools, heated, and all these cubicles where you can have a shower, have a shave, whatever you want. And all these men strutting around the nude as if they own place. They couldn't give a care in the world. And then you have the body scrub and massage. Well, no, you have the body scrub first. And it's like they have this, it's like putting a electric sander over your body. Bloody hell. But once you're finished, you look at all the shit that's on the ground. It's unbelievable. All the dead skin. There is quite a pile of it. And then they have TV rooms, they have pool rooms, place to sort of relax. We went up, we got a massage. I'm not a big fan of massages. And the girl that was doing Lee, she was obviously trying to excite him, but she got no business. And every time when I worked at a school, if we got a new teacher here, the boss of the school would have dinner for the new teacher always, and he'd always want to take the new teachers to the bathhouse. So he used to go regularly, and I'm sure it was for more than a body scrub and a shower. Anyway, now that was going to take me to the next point, which was, same point, prostitution. I remember going to a hotel with my wife, and you get a phone call, and she answered the phone, and she hung up pretty quickly. And I said, what was that all about? And she said, oh, just a prostitute looking for business. And in those days, I mean, you don't get it nowadays. You stay in a hotel, and there'll be 6 or 7 cards pushed under your door, all offering their services. Now, I always believe you should try everything once in life. I remember one time I went to New Zealand and I came back and I had a night to stay in Shanghai in a hotel. And I waited all night for the phone call and it never came. What a disappointment that was.